Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, we're doing like a mini showcase on one of the new legends that has released on Optc Global. That is the new super type DEX Zoro, and I gotta say, his animations, his artwork, his sprite, his ink effect, everything about this unit is so goddamn pretty. And if you guys did summon for this unit and managed to actually pick him up, you guys are going to have a good time moving forward, especially when you are doing DEX content, as he is by far the best DEX captain in the game. If you aren't classifying Kaido, I guess you can make an argument for Kaido, but this guy as a mono DEX captain trumps kid, and he can do some wild things. So in today's video, I do have a team to take down all the 10-star Garp challenges. I have been a little bit busy. I've been playing a lot of JP as well, so unfortunately I haven't really had enough time to sit down and do like a one team versus all. But I thought instead we'll mix it up a little bit and we'll actually just showcase this guy with some more optimal teams to take down the actual piece of content. And with that said, let's hop in. So for the first Garp challenge, we're actually taking on WhiteBeard. Now this is the particular team that we are utilizing, and there are some very high-end supports and some high-end legends here. They aren't essential. I was just having some fun with the unit, and I just want to sort of design the team in a way that I like to play. And these particular units are the ones that sort of just jumped out to me. We do have Corazon on this team. He's a great healer. He can move attack down, paralysis, and chain lock, which is really nice. We have the treasure map Luffy. You can also remove attack down, as well as being an orb booster for our team. We have Vivi Rebecca. They can remove defensive effects. You can easily replace them, though, with anyone that basically removes defense up and damage reduction, which is really nice. They also give a chain lock, which is super handy. And then finally, we have Legend Kid. Now, with Legend Kid, he's our attack booster. The downside to Kid is he gives us super bomb orbs, and you got to be very careful with hitting your perfects. As the one thing I did find with Zoro is he does struggle to actually get matching orbs. So that is something to know. You might want to put some orbs on this guy, as you do want him to take damage as well. So damage reduction might be not up your alley. But damage reduction is always sort of like a very safe bet when it comes to most legends. As you can see, we easily took out the first turn against the watermelon head guy, which is Luffy to remove the attack down. We get an orb boost, and we can easily wipe that stage. Another beautiful thing about Zoro is he has that special bind removal with his captain ability. So on this particular stage, when we normally get special binded, we can actually just remove that by utilizing Zoro's amazing captain ability and just blow this whole stage away with Kid Special, which is really nice. Now that we've actually taken some damage as well from the watermelon head guy, he does a HP cut, we actually get the extra part of Zoro's captain ability, which means that we get a 20% HP cut at the start of every single turn, as well as being a 5 times multiplier to Dex units. On the stage against Foster, Speedgear, and Isu, we are going to drop one of our Zoro specials. That's going to give us a 2.75 times orb boost to our Dex units, as well as make Zoro himself go through defensive effects. Now you'll see that a little bit more prevalent towards the back end of this video, as it works really well against Akainu. On this particular stage against Jozu, he has 3 turns of defense up and damage reduction, so this is where we do need to use our Vivi Rebecca special. Unfortunately for Zoro, he doesn't actually go through defense up. That extra buff where they sort of go through defensive effects doesn't include base defense or the base defense up. So any blue shield, Zoro won't actually go through that, but rainbow shield, threshold, barriers, all that sort of stuff he will bypass. But another downside to him is he doesn't break the barrier when you do hit the perfect or anything like that. But again, we'll talk about that once we get to the Navy stage. On the Marco and Vista stage now, we are going to get paralyzed, attack down, and chain locked for 3 turns. So we are going to use our Corazon special here. With the support of Law on our Corazon, we can actually get an orb buff as well. And that way we can actually just tear through this stage. I did actually stall a turn on this particular stage, mainly so that way we can actually get rid of the normal attacks only that Jozu actually gives to us on the previous stage. But with that orb buff that Law can provide with the Corazon special, it just works so damn well. And the fact that Corazon can actually utilize a support like that makes Corazon such a valuable unit for not only utility, but as well as getting a nice chunky orb boost as well. On the final stage against Ace and WhiteBeard, unfortunately we still have that normal attacks only, so the damage cut doesn't do too much. They are going to slot bind our top row and our bottom row, so with Limit Break we can remove that. Then we can use the switch ability of Vivi Rebecca to give us a chain lock. We can use our Zoro special as well as the Zoro super typing, which will actually give us color affinity. Because Zoro also gives cooldowns as well, which is really nice, we can actually use the Kid special to throw all of our Dex orbs at Ace and WhiteBeard, do a whole bunch of damage, give ourselves a 2.5 times attack boost, and absolutely tear through this particular stage. So let's move on to Enel now. So moving on to Garp's challenge against Eneru now, this is the particular team that we are utilizing to take down Enel. Now there are some different subs that we have added on this particular team compared to the WhiteBeard stage. We have added Kamazo as well as not limited rare recruit, the regular rare recruit Perispero. Now Perispero is really good here, as we can actually get cooldowns with Perispero on the stage where we get our specials reversed. He really not using him for his color defense or anything like that, but utilizing his cooldowns as well as the cooldowns that Zoro can provide, it just helps making these runs a lot quicker. And I do imagine there are way more optimal teams for actually taking this down. But I did have a lot of fun with these particular units, and running DEX without using Kaido was actually a lot of fun. But on stage 2, when we come up against the 3 Skypiea enemies, they are going to special bind us 3 random units. With Zoro's amazing captain ability again, we can just easily remove that. And then with the support of Rayleigh on our Luffy, we can actually remove the bind that gets inflicted respective to our sockets. And then we can actually use the Zoro super typing to actually give us color affinity on this particular stage. The reason we want to use the super typing here is so we actually do a little bit more damage against strength units for the entire run. And because this team is like so color affinity based with Perispero special, the super typing of our friend and our Zoro, we can actually get quite a bit of damage against quick units. But the fact that the super typing is now active, it's going to stay with us for this entire run. And every time we come up against a strength unit, we're going to do that little bit more damage. On this stage against Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they're going to give us 2 turns of burn, and they have a 2-turn great barrier for 3 greats. We're going to use the Kamazo special here, mainly so that way we can actually get an orb buff, and we can actually reduce our HP by 20%. Reducing our HP by 20% normally will get us roughly around that 20,000 mark. And then obviously just taking a single shot from this particular stage, we are going to be able to get that nice and early. Kamazo is going to give us a 2-turn orb buff as well, provided our captain has a type orb. And ideally on this particular stage, as long as you get 2 orbs throughout the 2 turns, or sorry, 3 orbs, you will take him out fairly easily. But the more orbs that you get, the better. As mentioned though, Zoro does struggle a little bit with getting matching orbs, so having orb slots on him may be a little bit more beneficial, as he is an orb booster for his entire team as well. On the Wiper stage, we are just going to use our Kid special. Kid's basically just going to do a whole heap of damage, give us some super bomb slots too, which he makes matching, and then we can just easily take out Wiper on that second turn. The fact that Wiper's strength means we are going to be doing a lot less damage, but because we have the super type active from turn 1, means that we can actually output quite a bit of damage on this stage. Because we now have the 5 times captain available from Zoro as well, on the stage against these 2 Skypiea units, we are going to get the 20% HP cut at the start, but the guy on the ball is going to put up 4 turns of threshold just on himself. So this is where we can actually use our Perispero special. Utilizing Perispero double special as well as his Sailor ability to be immune to special reverse means that we can actually get our Zoro special ready for this stage as well. And with the support of his master, I think it's Koshiro, I think that's how you say it, we're actually going to get a chain buff as well, and that way we can actually just destroy this stage. Now, don't stress if you don't have that support. You can take 2 turns there. It's really not that big of a deal. I just love using that support. I think it's one of the best supports in the entire game. On to the next stage against Om and Gidatsu now. They have full immunity. They're going to bind our bottom row for 4 turns, which will go down to 1 respectively. And they are going to bind our recovery. They also put up end of turn damage as well, so just be mindful of that. We are going to use our Zoro special here, our friend Captain Zoro, so we can get some more cooldowns, as well as giving ourselves an orb buff, so that way we can actually take out Om. But we do want to keep Gidatsu alive. That way we can actually get that extra turn of cooldown, and that way we can actually have our Kamazo special ready by the final stage. Having Kamazo special ready by the final stage is very, very important, as that's the way we're actually going to get around the stun, as Kamazo does a 20% HP cut to himself. Against Eneru, he has 3 turns of an extra HP barrier, so that health cut from Zoro sort of gets negated a little bit. He's going to wipe away all cumulative buffs, which means that Zoro is going to lose his up to 2.75 times multiplier, but it doesn't matter because we are going to be utilizing the Kamazo special for the orb boost on this stage. We can then use Kid for an attack boost. We have color affinity with Zoro's super typing. We can also use the Perispero special. We have another orb boost with Luffy. And honestly, like, this particular stage does not even stand a chance. Zoro just absolutely floor wipes it, even without having matching orbs, because we do get that Sailor Despair. And with the Sailor Despair, we don't have super bombs matching. But as you can see, like, Zoro he takes no prisoners. On to the Navy now. So onto the final Garbs challenge now. We're coming up against the Navy. Now, I have done a few changes. This is the team that we are utilizing. The big changes are we do have Nami and Robin with the hard challenge support, so we can get around the hunger. And we also have the new PvP Barto. I really wanted to actually have Barto within this team, as he actually does threshold removal, which is really, really nice, as this particular content is built around threshold. You do actually get it twice. But we are going to use the Zoro shenanigans and actually get through the threshold utilizing his special ability as well. So let's see how this run goes. On turn 1, we're actually going to stockpile all the orbs with Nami and Robin. Their switch ability is actually really good when you know what's coming. I actually give this unit a lot of slack, but I actually really enjoy using them at the same time, so there's also that. I would recommend having Nami and Robin down the bottom, that way that you can actually just keep some more matching orbs on the turn where we actually use their special. As once we use their special, we are going to get Hachan to actually rotate her orb as well as the adjacent orbs into recovery, and we really only need 2 recovery orbs, so putting it down the bottom, it's just going to give you guys more matching orbs, and that way with their special being a 2.75 times orb boost, you are just going to see the most out of that. So on turn 3 is when we actually need their special, because we come up against Kobe and Helmeppo. They have 2 turns of threshold, as well as turning all recovery orbs into block orbs, and giving us 2 turns of hunger. So we're going to switch with Nami and Robin. That way we can get ourselves a full board of Dex orbs. We can use the Bardo special to remove the threshold, as well as give us a chain lock, as he does have double special activation. Provided you have damage reduction, he can then be a chain locker for 3 turns, which is great. And then we can use the Nami Robin special for a 2.5 times orb boost, and to get those recovery orbs with Hachan. We can eat 2 of those recovery orbs, remove the hunger, and then with the orb buff we can actually take out Kobe and Helmeppo and keep the chain lock for this particular stage against Smoker, Tashigi, and Hina. Against these 3, they're going to give us 2 turns of Gloom respective to your sockets, as well as 3 turns of Bind on your bottom row, again respective to your sockets, depending on how your Bind and Despair looks. Ideally you want it maxed, so then that way it goes down to 3 turns and 2 turns. With the special of Luffy in the middle, you can actually remove all those nasty defects and give yourself a orb boost, as well as giving yourselves a full board of orbs, which is really, really good because they make all orbs unfavorable and TND unfavorable for the rest of the run. You can easily take that stage out literally just with the orb boost and the chain lock. On to the next turn, we come up against Kizaru, and this is where things start to get a little bit shaky, and you do kind of have to be good with your perfects. On the Kizaru stage, he has a 2 perfect hit barrier, but he also makes perfects harder to hit. So this is where we're going to use our friend Captain Zoro. Very important to use the friend captain, as we do have the Frankie support on our captain. And this is where the Zoro can sort of backfire. As you guys saw there, I actually hit a perfect with Zoro, but he didn't actually break the barrier. He went through the barrier, but the perfect that I hit doesn't actually break the barrier, and that's probably one of his biggest downfalls, if I had to say anything bad about this particular unit, is that buff, or that buff in general, it's a great buff when it works, but it can also backfire on you. The beautiful thing about this particular stage against Kizaru is we do get him quite low, and we do actually want to take a few shots from him, so then that way we can actually start getting that 20% HP cut. On the 3rd turn, you do want to try and take him out, so you do want to try and hit your perfects through the remove special effects, or if there is a support that I am missing, you could easily just add that as well. On to the next stage against Fuji and his Chicky Babes. They are going to give us the 4 tap buff. So you can only hit with 4 units, and they're immune to delay and poison. Fuji turns into a super typing, and then on the 2nd turn, he's actually going to give end of turn damage. So this is where we're going to use our Zoro special, and with the Frankie support, we can actually get a 1.4 times attack boost to our fighters, strikers, shooters, and slashers, which this whole team has those classes. And then ideally, you want to make sure that you get some matching orbs, and this is where the team can actually struggle a little bit, as if you didn't actually get orbs there's a good chance that you're probably not going to kill Fuji on the 1st turn, but hopefully you can take him out on the 2nd. After that, we're basically just going to stall on this Chicky Babe until she hits the 97 turn counter, and then we're going to move on. You can basically just farm orbs here and then use Nami Robin to actually stockpile them, which works really, really well. So now that I've basically got a full board of orbs, I'm just going to stockpile the rest of the orbs with Nami and Robin, and then I can move on to the final stage against Sakuzuki Akainu. So against Akainu, he's actually going to turn into the opposite color to your captain, which is great, which means we actually have color affinity on this final stage. Akainu is going to turn into a super type as well. I'm not 100% sure what that even means. And then he wipes away all cumulative buffs, as well as giving us 5 turns of burn. So then we can actually switch with our Nami and Robin to give us a full board of orbs back. We can use their special for a HP cut and an orb boost to our Dex units. And then we can actually use the kid special to give us a full board of super bomb slots, as well as an attack boost. And finally, we can get color affinity with our Zoro super typing. With that, we can literally just single tap and Akainu dies. Like, he just melts. Like, so much damage. Once you do kill Akainu, though, he does res, and he comes back with 2 turns of threshold. Now, this is where we're actually going to use the shenanigans of Zoro. So, with the Zoro special, we can actually bypass defensive effects, which actually means that we can bypass the threshold. You can easily use the Bardo special if you really want to, as we have that back, but I thought it'd be a bit more fun to actually show off what Zoro can actually do, and actually get the final shot with the special of Zoro, going through that threshold, as well as just absolutely decimating Akainu. So that was the Navy. A lot of fun, actually. It was a lot of fun. Alright, homies, so that's going to wrap up this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you are new to the channel, and you are enjoying the OPTC content, make sure to smash that big red subscribe button. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, as I leave you with this amazing special animation, remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights!